Hello friends, in this video we will talk about major arcana. In our tarot series video, we will talk in our tarot series in this video we will talk about major what is major arcana, and I will also discuss all the 22 cards of major arcana very briefly. So let's get started. So our first question is, what is major arcana? The major arcana is a part of tarot astrology. In tarot, we popularly classify the cards as major arcana and minor arcana. So, arcana means mystery or secrecy. So, the secrecy of tarot is divided into two parts: major arcana, minor arcana. Out of the 78 cards, 22 cards form the major arcana, and these cards are regarded as the trump cards in tarot. These are the most important cards of tarot. Why they are important? Because each and every card in the 20 of the 22 cards of major arcana represents a specific personality. Like the card in front of you is the High Priestess. Similarly, there is the Fool, the Magician, the Emperor, the Empress, the Star, Sun, Moon, and various personality. And each and every personality has some unique attributes attached to it. And these cards are very important because they signify life changing and long term significations. For example, when you are giving a tarot reading and you get a major arcana card, it means that the either the problem or the solution or the idea is will have a very long term and life changing effect on the individual. Now our next point is meditation. See, in tarot, we have to meditate on each and every card. So, a tarot student, before giving readings, should dedicate a lot of time to meditate on each and every card. For example, the card in front of you is the High Priestess. So, let's meditate. I will briefly introduce you how to meditate on that card. So, in the card is the High Priestess, and you are seeing a lady sitting on a throne. Okay, and you have two pillars in the background. One is black, and one is white. Now, this lady is um, well dressed, and she is holding a book, and there is a scenery in the background, a painting, and there is a crescent at the bottom. So now meditate on it and relate this card to the present social circumstances and see what are you getting. Like black and white. Black and white signifies good and bad. See, life is full of good and bad. It is a mixture of good and bad. But this lady is a priestess, so it represents virtues. And the lady is in the front, and the black and white is in the back. So it means that virtues should always be in the front. So like if in a tarot reading you get uh, the High Priestess, and you are the question is, let's describe the person. So you can say that this person is a religious person, is a virtuous person. This person believes in ethics. So this is how you have to meditate on each and every card and relate it to the present social circumstances. Um, Now we will I will briefly introduce you to each and every card of major arcana. So the first card is the Fool. See, the Fool is the first card of major arcana and is the first card in astrology. And just you can pause the video. What you can do is you can when I introduce a card, you can pause the video and then meditate on that card for a few minutes, and then make some points or get some points from that card. So the fool represents risk, it represents recklessness, it represents a fickle mind, but it also represents the beginning of a journey. See, the imagery is that a person is traveling and is very near a r- edge of the ridge, so he may fall down, but this person is very happy, he's in a very good mood and the sun is shining high on him. So it represents people who are very successful, who have all the wealth in the life, but they are reckless. Because of their recklessness, because of their bad habits, they get into deep trouble. But on the positive side, this also represents entrepreneurship. The fool is the card of entrepreneurship. Now on the next card. So you can pause the video again and meditate on this card. And so the magician, the magician represents skill. Like in this card you are seeing that a person is there with whose one hand is held high, and there is a symbol of infinity above his head, and various items are kept in front of him, and there are flowers. So just meditate on it and connect with the present world. So you can say that this person is very skillful, this person is diplomatic, this person has some deep knowledge of some subject, he is creative, and in the reverse sense you can also say this person is deceitful, or this person is very crafty. So the magician is the represents is the card of skill, it is the card of knowledge or the creativity of the individual. It represents that the individual is very creative, or the question is something related to creativity or skill or knowledge. And it also represents healing. The magician the magician in this in tarot is represented is considered like a doctor, so he has healing powers. Now next card, the high priestess. We have already done some introduction to High Priestess, but I will give you some more points. See, the High Priestess also represents balance. The black and white column in the background are very much balanced. They are in a balanced, it is a very balanced scenery. So it represents that a person by his virtues, by his qualities, by his skills, can balance the positive and negative things in life. You can say that the person is a very balanced personality who can judge the good and the bad and give a very balanced perspective. So this is the card of judge of decision making. It represents very balanced decision making. But in on the reverse side is it can also represents a very selfish person. It can also represent that you may get misunderstood by the people. So this card of high priestess represents balance. Next is the empress. So you can see that in the background scenery there are trees, there is a throne, and there is this empress, very gorgeously and well dressed lady. So this card represents harmony, it represents satisfaction, it represents power, it represents a very big family or coming from a very rich, popular, or fortunate family. It also represents the birth of a child. In tarot, if the card, if the question is related to children, and you get that Empress card, it represents possibility of having children. But on the reverse side, it represents possessiveness. It represents greed, emotional imbalance. It also represents conflict. Especially, it also represents arrogance. So you have to balance out and see that which significations of the card apply. Next is the emperor. The emperor represents very high position in career, very high position in the world. It also represents promotion. It also represents a self-made person who has who has done everything by himself. And it also represents a very progressive mind, and it also represents good fortune and power. But on the reverse side, it can also mean misuse of power, misuse of authority, and stubbornness. Next class is the Hierophant. It is the male version of the High Priestess, and it represents the Pope. So you can relate it to teachers, you can relate it to clergymen, priests, or people who are very philosophical in nature. And it also represents some authority, it represents some moral authority, and it also represents good health. But on the reverse side, it can also mean disorder. It can also represent cheating, cheating by very near and dear one. And it also represents rejection or unorthodoxy. And in the positive sense, it represents that the person is spiritual or is very much interested in spiritual things and want to know about God and nature. And it also represents scientists. So the next is the lovers. So the lovers, you can see a man and a woman and a lady in the background. So it represents the play of nature or the play of fortune, that how fortune brings two people together. So this cards represents union, but in the reverse sense, it can also mean separation. That the same destiny which has brought these two people together can separate them also. So it this card represents intuition. It represents attraction, passion, and it also represents the past and the present, and changing in attitude, change in habits, or change in the opinion. But in the negative side, it can also signify quarrel. See, the lady in the background can either unite them, can him force them to love each other, or can even force them to quarrel with each other. So it can also means excessive passion. Now the next card is the Chariot. See, the Chariot, you can see a warrior is sitting, and there is a white and black sphinx in the front. So this represents movement, it represents change, it represents giving direction to your life force, or setting a goal, or beginning of a journey, or beginning of a new project, job, or anything. It represents beginning, but it can also represent delay. This card can also represent delay, or sudden events, or like sudden entry of someone in your life. Or it can also represent coming and going of thoughts, like you had an idea, you had a great idea, and suddenly it gets vanished and you get another idea. So it represents a fickle mind also. The next card is the strength. You can see that there is a lion and there is a lady which is taming the lion. So it represents inner strength, it represents willpower, it represents the ability to control others, to console others. It represents people who have the guts and the spine to make changes in the world, to bring order in this world and to do something wonderful. But it, on the negative side, it can also mean loss of hope, and it can also mean cheating. It can also means that you will get rejected, or you will get attacked, because the lion may also attack. And it may also represent misuse of power. Now the next card is the hermit. See, the hermit represents introspection. It represents going uh, and introspecting one's life, one's decisions, and then coming to a conclusion. It represents concentration, it represents study, it also represents withdrawal from the world and becoming philosophical and focusing on a particular thing. And it also represents like the death. It also represents death. It also represents ending of life. On the negative side, it can also represents very introvert people, people who are very introvert, who don't like to mix with others. And it can also represents phobia and paranoia. So the next card is Wheel of Fortune. See, Wheel of Fortune means sudden changes in life which can be either good or bad. The wheel may turn in the either direction. It may be favorable or it may be unfavorable, that we have to see. And it represents a new beginning. It represents meeting new people, or it represents a sudden movement or improvement of things. But on the negative side, it can also mean degradation of relationships. It can also mean misfortune, delays, frustration, and all that. Now we have the justice. See, justice means that the work or anything which was getting delayed will now get fructified, all will get fulfilled. It represents justice. It represents that whatever you deserve, you will get it. It also represents balance, hard work, and it also represents karmic law, education, and developing an opinion or personality. On the negative side, it can represent disastrous lawsuits, like people may sue each other, or may get sued by someone, and their life may go down the hill. And represents intolerance, arbitrariness, partiality, misuse of power, and delays and hurdles in work. The next is the hanged man. See, it represents uniqueness, it represents doing something out of the box. It also represents wisdom and detachment from the world, and it also represents sacrifice. And some say that it represents that you need to give more time to the query. Like if someone is asking that in the tarot reading, you are giving a tarot reading to a person who is asking that whether I should give more time to the project or leave it. So the if you get this card, the hanged man, the answer should be like you should consider the project, you should give it more time, and do not take any hasty decisions. And it also, in the negative side, it represents selfishness and manipulation. The next card is death. See, death means the finish. The It also means rebirth. It represents new beginnings. It represents ending or accidents or mishaps or even joyful transformations are also there. Like and it also represents new beginnings, new work, new journey, foreign journey. The next card is temperance. It means balance, harmony, and it represents that the bad time has passed and now good times will begin. It also represents spirituality, relationships, and the beginning of luck in one's life. And in the negative sense, it can also mean that you are over busy or you are just enjoying and doing party and not paying enough attention to your near and dear ones. Next is the devil. See, devil represents trickery. It represents desire, materialistic desire, narrow worldview. It represents business people, also big businesses, and it also represents fear. The fear is something which can kill you before your death. It can really it also represents mental problems, issues related to mental health. See, the tower means the fall from big position, like someone is situated very high and then a lightning and they get struck by a lightning and then everything crumbles down. It represents disruption, trauma, conflict, loss, and a very traumatic experience, rebellions, sudden misfortune. Next card is the star. Star means that it represents balance, calmness, it represents prosperity, and it also represents chronic health problems also. And it also shows confidence, that you are very confident of your goal, you are a very well planned person. But it also represents wastage of time, like you can see the lady is pouring the water she has collected from the lake to the land near the lake. So some people regard this card connect this card with wastage of time. The next is the moon. It represents dog lovers, animal lovers, pet lovers, and it also represents intuitions, hidden enemies, and very a person who has stood the test of time. This is the uniqueness, that a person has stood the test of time, and it represents writing, photography, romance, love, and affairs. Next is the sun. It is a very good card. It is one of the most positive cards. You can see that a child is riding on a horse and the background is very good. There are flowers and sun is shining bright in the sky. So it represents onset of fortune, a positive influence in life, a positive change in life. It represents spirituality, maturity, growth in career. But at the same time, the sun can also be very scorchingly hot. So it represents excessive endeavor. It represents doing anything and everything to achieve success, and it also represents like someone is ignoring his near and dear ones to get what one wants. Next is the judgment. See, judgment, it represents the time to rejoice, the time to be happy, and it also represents that now someone will bestow rewards on you. That it represents good health, good mental health, and good decision making. And on the negative side, it can also means that you are ignoring something, that you will get ignored for something. The next card is the world. It is one of the most positive cards of astrology. It represents fulfillment of desire, completion, getting a good post, getting awards, getting a very high position in the society. And in the negative side, it means lack of vision, that this card represents a lack of focus. And on the negative side, it can also means arrogance because of achievement, arrogance because of achieving a lot in life. So thank you, that's the end of the video. I have briefly given you the most important points related to each and every card. So thank you.